with all news about the breaking stories and how they are breaking stories, I just wanted to reflect on the past years. Um, and give my take, since a lot of people were calling me a traitor, an imperialist spy, um, a bunch of stuff that I ignored that eventually got cancelled out. Um, but um, I read Barack's book, right? The book he wrote about that he dedicated to his father, and being someone who had gone through a lot of psychology books and psychoanalyzing and stuff, I did sort of psychoanalyze that. I looked at the environments. I looked at how this affected him as a man, and the pillars that he had in his life. For example, his grandparents, um, his mother, who was a graduate, um, and then I read the second book when he became senator, and he was just as honest, or as clear as can be defined, about his life, and the journeys that he made in order to go talk to people. Those were one of the things that stood out to me. When he was walking with the church community, those were the things that stood out to me, because he learned about the community, let me call it unofficial politics, right, which is the church sometimes, especially in America. After Martin Luther King, the church is a place of sort of political asylum, but also a platform for speaking about societal unrest and unfairness. And well, at least at that time, that's how it was. I'm not sure now. But as I began to learn more, the man became president. I didn't really think, hip hip hooray, the first black president. At that time, I was a bit more enlightened about what a president is, what a president has to do in order to become a president. What struck me was the unlikelihood of him becoming a president, knowing what I know about certain parts of the United States. And that impressed me. He became the president. He had this big problem that was left, the financial crisis that they had, and they had to fix that, right? And I was watching that, learning. Of course, I had my disagreements, but there was a platform for that, where we could disagree about how the West asserts its power, and how we have been, I would say, taught by society, certain societies. Coming from an apolitical family, my father is not a partyist, my mom isn't a partyist, my sisters aren't partyist, so it really was something for me, because I seem to be the only one interested in politics. They just didn't. they're more interested about, no, this isn't right, this is wrong, and this and this, societal issues, but not real um, political issues. So I grew up very apolitical. I wasn't at rallies at a young age, being taught to support a certain party at a young age, so that indoctrination isn't instilled within me. But like I said, after the presidency and the financial crisis was lifting, and then I got lucky, and through that experience I started to learn more, right? And I started to respect the men even more, right? Because it takes a lot of sacrifice for him to have accomplished what he did. Sacrifice on his part. A lot of sacrifice. He had the qualifications to go work at any high paying job place, and he came from a Ivy League college, so, and his wife was also from that, and I just started to get a closer look, and I was appalled by a lot of things being said about these beautiful, gracious women, just because she chose this to wear, or she chose that and that and that becomes the headline, but not the very impactful speech that she has made. But her tenacity to fight through that was just something else. I wouldn't say Hollywood bruised her because Washington bruised her, because thick skin, right? Like, she knew what she was getting into. So before January the 20th, I just wanted to say this. I just wanted to salute the men, to salute the women, because that's what they deserve. They might not have carried guns, gone to wars, but they served. They served. And I started off by saying that I wasn't that in awe of first black president thing, because what he did afterwards, that was leaving a legacy. The Paris Agreement, that is leaving a legacy. Something that literally impacts the entire planet. So his administration was top notch on that, on spearheading it and making sure it goes through, with their allies, of course. But that was almost like getting an emergency call and being ready at any moment. And becoming president doesn't mean you become Superman. It doesn't mean you can be everywhere all the time, hear everything and just whisk away and then go save people and crime infested places, go be the savior there. No, it means that you reform what was broken. And coming from his background, I think he could understand this. And I am talking about the prison reform. People talk about his legacy, but no one really looks at that. He has pardoned more people than any American president ever. But the fact that he has turned on the light on that topic is very important, because you can't have 3 million people locked away. Some come out and they don't have a life. You can't. You can be an engineer. If you have a record, it'll be hard for you to find a job. So I think that is the start of something that can be carried on by the next president and would be a great achievement, making America the land of the free, not just in saying and value, but truly to be the place where people get second chances. It's been a very interesting time. And it doesn't end here. I'm not saying they end or whatever. I just felt this was something that I just had to say. And to say thank you. I was inspired. I really was. By the work ethic, by the walk and the approach. I was inspired by that. And I took some of that and made something of it. So that's one for the president, the 44th president of the United States of America, Barack Hussein Obama.